There he is. You clicked on the video. Congrats for you. You're obviously here for a reason, right? You want me to get down to the brass tacks, right? Let me make a quick disclaimer before I start the rant, because this rant might be for quite some time, all right? Disclaimer, this is all coming from love, nothing from hate. I'm not hating on nobody, right? So just understand that before I do the comments, all right? And even if you do be going to the comments, I'm okay with that. Doesn't matter to me, right? I'm getting more traction, don't matter. But basically, what I'm saying is, people are under the misconception that Canada is a multicultural country. They're wrong, first of all. And second of all, understand that I have been a resident, a citizen, for 22 years of my life now. Basically, every single year I had has been here in Canada. I was born in Canada 22 years ago. So I can speak out of a place of experience because I've been here. I've been in the streets, sidewalk saved my life. Anyways, what I'm saying is, I'm saying that the whole point of it being multicultural is that it's multicultural, right? Meaning there are more than one cultures. But unfortunately in Canada, there's kind of only one. And that's Indian culture. I'm not going to lie to you, bro. It's getting out of hand, right? And before anything happens, I'm going to say this. Fuck Trudeau, alright? Number one, we've all heard it, that hashtag. I've seen a guy outside almost every day, the same spot, holding a fuck Trudeau flag, walking around with his dog. So, shout out to you, man, if you're watching this. But yes, indeed, fuck Trudeau, right? Because it's really this guy's fault. I don't blame the immigrants that come here. I don't blame anyone else. It's all the fucking Trudeau's fault. You know what I'm saying? Because once again, he's in charge of this shit, right? Why is he bringing people from India? What the fuck? Once again, it's not about India, right? It's just that that's like another thing, right? It could be from anywhere. Right? But that many people, that's kind of fucked. Number one reason why Canada sucks, you shouldn't come here, right? The immigration. Alright? It's pretty obvious. Too many fucking immigrants, right? And that's like, obviously, no hate on the immigrant people, but it just, they're taking all the jobs. And I don't even say that lightly. I know it's not like a fucking Karen, the mad ramblings of some idiot in his fucking car, but understand this. They kind of are taking all the jobs, right? Just for fun, I applied to a ton of jobs, and I didn't get called back for one of them. Right? I don't have to work because I'm working online and stuff. So, I know what it is. But, I just did it because I want to see myself, and I they either give me a email back saying that, oh, sorry, you're not good enough. Okay. I didn't know I didn't know that I needed a master's degree to be a fucking barista. You know what I'm saying? I applied to all types of jobs, entry level jobs, everything. It's so hard to get an entry level job in Canada nowadays. And I shudder to think what the people, actual citizens and residents of this country are doing in terms of work. Right? Because it's absolutely, it's impossible almost to get a fucking job. Just the other day, I read news. There was a big-ass line outside of McDonald's because they were looking for a job. And they were all Indian immigrants. Okay? I'll have to be specific about this because, once again, this is all facts here. We're not hating on nobody. Right? And just to reinforce that fact, my grandfather was Indian. You want to know why? Because Pakistan didn't exist 100 years ago. It didn't exist 80 years ago. Right? So, what the fuck? I don't give a shit. Right? But that also kind of gives me more pass that I could talk more shit about Indian people because, once again, I'm technically an Indian person. Even though my parents are from Pakistan, it doesn't matter, right? We're all kind of still fucking Indian because, once again, Pakistan and India, Pakistan's more like a nationality because it's, once again, 80 years ago, Pakistan didn't exist, but, India's been here for a very fucking long time, right? So, insert any Pakistani person hey, either their grandfather or great-grandfather were Indian, so what's the fucking hate for, right? I don't see the divide between Pakistan and Indian people that, India versus Pakistan. Shut the fuck up. Y'all the same. Y'all the same. The biggest difference between Pakistan and India is that the religion. India's majority of Hindu people with a lot of Muslim people, actually. And I think a couple of Christian people. I'm not sure. I didn't see the statistics. One's off the cap. And Pakistan's majority Muslim people. And I'm sure there's some Hindu people in there. I know there's some Sikh people in there. And there's also Christians in Pakistan, right? But that's the only difference. Pop culture is the exact same fucking thing. They listen to the same music, watch the same movies, and once again, I know because I don't watch the movies, but my mom does. See, my mom was born in Pakistan, so was my father. You know what I'm saying? And when she came here, I'm the child of an immigrant. You know what I'm saying? Like we all are. Unless you're like a Native American, indigenous person, you can claim this land. We're all fucking immigrants. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not hating on immigrants. I'm hating on how it's been managed. You know what I'm saying? My mother has always been watching Bollywood movies, and she enjoys them. Me personally, I don't. I'm not hating on anyone who likes Bollywood movies. If you like it, good for you, right? I just don't. Like, I'm not into musicals. You know what I'm saying? Because like every Indian movie like a musical and like 3 hours long. I know like it might be a place of ignorance because I haven't seen every single Indian movie And the more recent ones are more like action movies, and I understand they're like, once again, if you enjoy it, good for you. I'm not hating on your taste, good for you, but I just personally don't enjoy Bollywood movies, you know what I'm saying? Same thing in music, I don't. Like, I know a little bit of, not Hindi, but like Urdu, a little bit, right? But I speak with my mom sometimes, but that's pretty much it. Once again, not hating on the language or anything else. I'm not hating. Once again, not hating. Just making a statement here. Just putting facts in front of you. Because that's what I do. All right? That's the type of guy I am. Because, I just found, Bollywood and, Indian stuff in general kind of cringe. Not gonna lie to you. Right? But, when I say that, it's not like I'm exalting any other culture. All cultures are equally cringe. Well, I can't even say that. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I can't even say that. Yeah, I can't say all cultures are the same amount of cringe because they're not, right? But once again, it all comes down to, a point of perspective, right? Like there's some shit that white people do that really fucking cringe. You know what I'm saying? That I would not want to associate with. And I can steer clear of that. The good thing about being a hybrid is that I can go to any culture, adopt what I like, and discard what I don't. No one said I had to, do a fucking blood pact that I have to do everything you do no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Right? So, understand this. I can't hate Indian people because technically I am Indian. Once again, I'm not going to be like, my parents from Pakistan. So once again, it doesn't fucking matter. I was born in Canada. It doesn't even matter where the fuck it's from. Right? So being born in Canada worked out well for me because that means that I can just, go back for a bird's eye view and just see the whole conflict and how stupid it is. This whole Pakistan versus India thing. I know there's some actual tension between people, pew pew guns and shit because there's actually been the war for Kashmir for ever since the country's partitions. I know a little bit of history, not too much, so I'm not a fucking history major here. But you can fact check me whatever you want. I don't give a fuck. But what I'm saying is, what I'm saying, so that I can get detached from all that, and I'm like, I really don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about Pakistan as much as I give a shit about India. They're kind of the same to me. You know what I'm saying? It's not like me shitting on India means Pakistan's better. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Once again, I don't like Pakistani culture, and I don't like Indian culture. So once again, they're both equal to me. Right? Once again, but if you like Indian culture, good for you. But me personally, I don't think so. Once again, the first thing is, obviously, it's hard to get a job, right? In Canada. And once again, I did my personal due diligence. I tried to get a job, didn't fucking work. Even entry level jobs, right? And then I'm like, I wonder why that is. You know what I'm saying? I wonder why I can't get a fucking job here, right? And then I go to my local Tim Hortons, all right? And I'm like, oh, I get it now. Once again, not hating, just stating a fact. You go to any Tim Hortons, it is, I challenge you. I challenge you to go to any Tim Hortons in Ontario and I'll find an Indian person. You will find an Indian person, okay? You will do it. It will happen. It's going to happen. It's inevitable, buddy. It's going to happen, right? And unfortunately, I got to say 8 times out of 10, the service isn't the greatest. You know what I'm saying? I ask them for napkins. They don't fucking give it to me properly. They give me like 2. Hey, okay, why are you counting? It's not your father's house. It's not coming out of your paycheck. Give me more fucking napkins, right? Also, when I tell you to make a drink, don't fuss. Right? If you gave me a coffee and it's burnt, which today happened, by the way, my mom ordered coffee and it was burnt. It was bitter. She ordered half cream and half sweetener. I always order black, so it's always going to be bitter. But she ordered half cream, half sweetener, and it was bitter. Right? Because what happens when you leave the pot on for too long, the coffee, it tends to burn like everything else if you leave it on the stove for very long. You know what I'm saying? Because with Tim Hortons, every 20 minutes you gotta cycle up new stuff. So either you're going to get old stuff or burnt stuff. Right? Obviously, am I saying that every Indian worker out there is shit? No. I'm saying a good majority of them are, because once again, I've been eating at Tim Hortons for a while. I can only speak at Tim Hortons, right? I'm only taking Tim Hortons as an example right now. I'm sure any other place, right? But also, every other place I've taken, that also the service isn't that good, the quality is not good either, right? And I did this experiment too, all right? Just because I said that, an Indian person is bad at their fucking job doesn't mean every Indian person is out there. I'm sure there's a guy named Lovedeep out there. There's actually a guy, I knew him. His name was Lovedeep. Indian guy. He might have been sick, but still Indian, right? His name was Lovedeep, right? What a cool name. Lovedeep. You know what I'm saying? I love deep, bitch. You know what I'm saying? But, there's probably some guy named Lovedeep out there who makes the best fucking bagels you've ever tasted, right? But I've yet to meet him. Unfortunately, so now I'm stuck with Pooja making shit fucking bagels, you know what I'm saying? It's like you took 2 slices of cheese and put 2 fucking cardboard pieces and I'm eating it. It's like glue. Yeah, glue. It's so fucking terrible, many times I had to return it. I literally can't eat this, right? I literally can't fucking eat this. Once again, is this anyone's fault? No, right? But all I'm saying is that I've been doing an experiment recently, all right? I went to the exact same Tim Hortons at the exact same day. And at the exact same day, I'm not stalking this girl, trust me, but there's this white girl, right? She got a fat ass, but that's not part of the point. But she also has a fat ass. But what I'm saying is, I ate the bagel that she made. I literally saw her. Because luckily they make the bagels right in front of you. You see it go in the toaster. It was sublime. Okay? It was so good. And like, I haven't eaten a bagel like this in the longest fucking time. Right? So if you find a white person at Tim Hortons, fucking jackpot. Of course, does this mean that every white person is gonna make perfect bagels? No, the fuck it isn't. Right? Andrea here, she makes the worst bagels. She burns her bagels. She doesn't put enough butter. It's not toasted enough. You know? But Michelle, damn, she perfect bagels. You know what I'm saying? And this girl in general, I mean, this girl in question, who I've been not really stalking, but, you know, she just happens to be there, and I happen to be there. I'm not stalking her. Get off of me, you know what I'm saying? But she made, like, it was so perfect. And I shed a tear. I'm like, oh my God, this is the greatest bagel I've ever eaten. This is the greatest bagel I've ever eaten. I get the same thing every time. Everything bagel, toast with butter and cheddar. But it's just not right. You know, sometimes the butter is too much butter, got a mouthful of butter. Sometimes, you know, you didn't even fucking cut it properly. You know, I've yet to have a perfect bagel. But that bagel was the closest thing I ever had to perfection. It was so perfectly toasty. You could taste the toast. You know what, like, the toast taste when you taste it? And then all the butter was melted inside the toast, and the perfect amount of toast. And the cheese was just... And the bread was... it was, like, literally, like, it was heaven. I was in bagel heaven. It was that perfect. And once again, I'm acting this way. You may think it's not a big deal, but for me it is, because I've been eating these bagels for literal years. Like, for literal years. It's like research, buddy. You know what I'm saying? For literal years, I've been eating these bagels. And that was the first time in the longest fucking time where I'm like, oh my goodness, that's a good fucking bagel. And I don't say that lightly. You know what I'm saying? Because once again, I've had shit bagels that I've had to return, right? Because they're just so good. I could not swallow them. I legit could not swallow them. I had to get coffee just to swallow them. Once again, is every Indian person going to make bad bagels? No. The same way not every white person is going to make perfect bagels. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, we look at facts. We look at stats, don't we? When I get it from Indian people, god damn it, they find a way to fuck it up, right? Like, how is it possible to fuck up black coffee? That's all I get. I get black coffee and then I get a bagel. Do you have any idea how hard it is to fuck up black coffee? You literally take it off and pour it in. That's it, right? But they managed to fuck that up somehow too. I'm not hating. I'm spitting facts here, and I know. Hey, I know you feel the same way. I know what you're saying. I know that you know that what I'm saying is right. Okay? So I know. Okay, just don't agree with it in public. Condone me and my actions and what I've said in front of all your friends. To say PC, right? To say I'm the good graces. But I know deep down, between you and me, you know I'm saying the truth. You know I'm saying the truth. You fucking know it. Yeah? As long as you know deep down, it's all that matters. I will take the blame. I'll take the fall. Alright? I'm merely the conduit. Spreading the message. Right? You must be saying, oh yeah, real tough guy, you're wearing a mask. I wear the mask to protect those I care about. Alright? I use this to protect the city. Alright? So don't be coming off with the mask, alright? The mask is simple. Alright? Don't worry about the mask, alright? The mask is... Don't worry about it, alright? Don't worry about it. But, another good example from Tim Hortons. Back when smile cookies were still a thing, like, they were taking off smile cookies like every once a year or something, and I just like it because, I don't know, it just, even though it's just a regular cookie with icing on it, I don't know, it just hypes me up. I kind of like it, not gonna lie to you. I got these cookies. She gave it to me in one bag, and what happened is that the smile, this is pretty ironic, right? Symbolic also. The smile, she put two cookies, right? She put them right next to each other, right, back to back like this, and then put them in one bag and gave it to me. I took it out. The smile of the cookie on the bottom was on the back of the top cookie. So now you got a non-smiley cookie, right? And that's like pretty ironic because that's exactly how I felt. I felt like not smiling because you took my smile away, bitch, right? And could you guess who it was, huh? Could you take an uneducated guess? Take an uneducated guess. Who do you think it was? I'm not gonna say who it was. I'm not gonna say who it was, all right? It was an Indian worker. On the other hand, I got it from my local Tim Hortons where I know this white old lady works, right? And she, you know what she did? When I asked for two cookies, you know what she did? You know what she asked me? She asked me, do you want it in separate bags? Can you believe it? I was shocked. I'm like, oh, wow, okay, I never expected this. Wow, that's something so new because no one ever fucking asked me for a bag or a sheet. She gave me two options. Like, do you want it separate bags or do you want a sheet? And I'm like, give me separate bags. Thank you very much for being considerate. Right? Damn. But yeah, once again, this is not saying that there's no Indian worker out there who won't ask me for a parchment sheet, but maybe one day I'll find one who will. But until then, I'm waiting, bitch. So it's just like statistics, you know? If you find a white worker, chances are you're going to get better stuff. Not the best, but better stuff than the Indian worker. That's just how it is. Like trust me, I've done research I've been out in the field personally. I can tell you this. This is real, 100%. So yeah, basically, aside from the job going fucked, you're not gonna get a job because they're taking all the jobs. And I'm not making this up. Like there are multiple news articles. I'm not gonna quote any of them. I think I might. But you know, there are some. I've heard some. Right? I think it was on news. Someone told me that it was on news that, oh my God, this is happening so bad, and it's because of so much immigration, right? And yes, indeed, they are taking all the jobs. You know, you're not just some crazy kook in your basement yelling ramblings. No, you're right. They are kind of think about it. Okay, think about it rationally. Trudeau, that fucker, brings in 500,000. That's like in the ballpark, right? It could be up to 1 million, I've heard, right? But from what I heard, it was 500,000 in the year 2023 alone, all right? So yeah, the number just came in. I checked. It's 1.3 million in the last year. And like the guy said in that video that I fucking linked, video that I linked, he mentioned that some motherfucker said that the most we're supposed to be having in Canada is, I think, 300,000, somewhere around that area. But 300 to 500,000. So this motherfucker went way overboard, right? We're only supposed to have up to 500,000 people coming into Canada a year. And this motherfucker said, hey, add another 500. Why the fuck not? So it's not really Trudeau's fault. Fuck that guy. Where are they going to go? What are they going to say? What are they going to do? Exactly. And once again, personal. My sister has a friend. I don't know where she's from. She's not Indian. I think she's like Arab or something. But she said that she had a friend who was Indian who came from India to Pakistan, and within 2 weeks she got a job. Right? You also have to understand there's a hierarchy system in Tim Hortons. Or once again, I'm using Tim Hortons as an example because it's the most prominent thing in Canada right now. It's like on every corner is a Tim Hortons. You know what I'm saying? But there's a hierarchy. Go to one Tim Hortons where you see the manager is Indian. Buddy, you can make sure you will rest easy knowing that every other person in that place is going to be Indian. I know a location right now where there's only Indian workers there, right? Once again, is that an issue? No, not really. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit what race you are. Just make my fucking bagel right and make my fucking coffee right. That's all I ask for. It's not about race. But when a good majority of you are fucking it up, I gotta be a little suspicious. I gotta be a little anxious. Oh my God. I wonder how my bagel's gonna come out now. God damn it. You know? How's that gonna work out? There's a hierarchy system in Tim Hortons. Alright? It's real. It's real. Right? Because why would they hire you, a random ass person, when they could just hire their cousin coming in tomorrow? You know what I'm saying? Well, they gotta work. On a side note, I've done so much, like, you know, hating on Indian people right now. Fuck off. They're extremely hardworking people. There is no doubt about it. They are extremely hardworking people. They get in, they're like, yo, I don't care if you pay me $1 an hour. Get me 12 hours right now. I will work for 12 hours. I actually got fired once because I was with some other guys and they were working overtime. I wasn't working overtime. Like, hey, excuse me, I got a life, okay? I gotta go to the gym. I gotta play video games. I gotta do this. I got a life, all right? I work. That's great, amazing, nice, perfect. But I gotta go. You know, I gotta go. And once again, it's all optional, but it isn't, right? It isn't, because once again, it's competitive, right? You don't cut the slack. Right? You're not working extra hours. You gotta go, and that happens. The guy said, "Oh, I'm sorry, we don't have work now. I'll call you later next week." Still waiting for that call. Didn't get that call. I'm also not waiting for no more because I'm doing my own shit. I'm balling, bitch. But that's what it is, right? Those guys were willing to work, and I applaud them for that, right? They work a lot. God damn it, they work a lot, right? And they're in almost every industry. And once again, I applaud them for that. They're extremely hardworking people. Right? Probably one of the most I've ever seen, right? Once again, they're willing to work overtime. 12-hour shifts, back to motherfucking back. Sleep, don't need that shit. Food, water, drinks, fuck that. Entertainment, none. R&R, nope, don't need it. Don't give me vacations, just pay me now, right? So once again, that's very admirable. So I'm not talking shit about Indian people. They got some redeeming qualities too, alright? I just wish that one of those redeeming qualities was making a proper fucking bagel. But unfortunately, that's not the case. And once again, I blame this on Trudeau. Fuck that guy, right? Before I was like a little skeptical. I'm like, should I fuck this guy? Fuck, I don't feel like fucking him. But then I'm like, okay, you know what? Yeah, okay, this guy out of hand, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? But even if they get rid of Trudeau, what's next? Conservative? I don't feel like any better either. So that's why, like, it's all fucked. It's all gone to the shitter. Canada is, right? And okay, here's another thing, right? Personal. We're getting real personal here, all right? Years ago, my mother came to this country 20 years ago. How old was I? Probably like one. No, I was born here. Yeah, okay, true. So I was here. She just got, she was here as a single mother, right? Because my father, he did the dash, you know what I'm saying? And then, my mother, extremely hardworking woman, she was actually, believe it or not, my mother was an AZ certified truck driver, 18-wheeler. Pretty big fucking deal, right? Badass, right? You know? But she had to do it to feed her kids, you know what I'm saying? Because, once again, dad did the dash, you know what I'm saying? And She found some amazing Punjabi people there who treated her like family. They were like probably the only friends she had. And when she was in a real pickle, they helped her. Once again, I'm not hitting on Indian people, Punjabi people. I think they're fucking great, right? But there are certain situations where it's not so great. You know what I'm saying? Now here's another thing, right? Why is insurance so high in Brampton? Anyone? Huh? Yeah. What is it? That's right. Oh yeah, my mother knew a guy who was running this thing where he would purposefully crash cars. Oh no, you're asking, why would anyone want to put their life at risk for that? Why would you do that? Oh, you want to know why? I think you know why. Those who are astute will understand that it's because of the insurance payout. I crash a car, I get the insurance payout. You know what I'm saying? You know what happens when you do that so many times? The insurance goes through the roof. And that is why Brampton probably has one of the highest insurance rates in Canada right now. I don't know how people drive a car there, like normal ass people, right? And once again, like, it's not like, I'm sure like other people do it too, but it was like a majority type of just Indian people, right? And I mean, like India, like, okay, I'm being real right now. India isn't a good place, all right? It's not a good place. Like, I don't know why you live there. I remember that one clip from his Family Guy when he got off the bus. He did a huge pan of India and he's like, there is no God here, bro.
India, the most spiritual country in the world. God is not here.
You gotta admit, I mean, it's kind of hard to... I know Indian people are like a very passionate bunch. They're really passionate about this country. Don't you dare talk shit about the country. They will fucking destroy you in the comments. I understand that, right? But understand this. I don't give a shit. Destroy me in the comments. What the fuck am I gonna do? Cry about it? Like, how is cyberbullying a thing? Close your eyes, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But what am I saying? But it's kind of hard to defend what's going on in India right now. I mean, it's kind of fucked up if you think about it. I mean, there's shit on the floor, there's shit on the street, there's trash everywhere, people shit on beaches. It's just shitty. You know what I'm saying? If I had to describe India in one word, it'd just be shitty, right? Because it's pretty shit. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, not saying that the people are shit or whatever, right? I'm just saying that, you know, the state the world's in, the state the country's in, it's pretty shit. Of course, are they terrible? No. They're making great advancements. They're super fucking smart. Why do you think every time it is you go on YouTube looking for a goddamn math equation solution, it's always an Indian guy? You know, if it wasn't for that Indian guy, where the fuck would we be? You know what I'm saying? He's the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? He's good at math. They're good at math. They're smart people. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking shit about Indian people. I'm talking about why does the place look like that? You know? All these technological advancements, but it still kind of looks like shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, India's pretty fucking advanced in this shit. You know what I'm saying? Nothing more than... Fuck, this is getting hot. I just wish it wasn't like this. You know what I'm saying? And why specifically did you have to get from India? Did Trudeau make a deal with India that he had to get only from India? You know there's more places in the world too, right? Why specifically fucking India? You know what I'm saying? I mean, we couldn't get the cool immigrants. Like, I love immigrants. The fuck? Off the top of my head, Nico Bellic, GTA 4, goated immigrant. I'm so glad he came to America. You know what I'm saying? You know, Red Army shit. You know, another Indian guy like Dopinder. I love that guy. Pav from the Spider-Man movie. So adorable, so wholesome, right? I fucking love these guys, right? Jamil from Peacemaker, Mr. Aziz, Spider-Man. Like, why do I like these characters? I like them so much, right? You know what the weird thing is? I noticed all those guys I just mentioned, they're all like comedic guys. Dopinder comedic, Mr. Aziz comedic, Jamil comedic, Pavitr to some extent too. He's also comedic, right? I mean, he's like 6 months in. He's like super optimistic, funny guy, wholesome. I love him, right? Yeah, I've yet to see a guy make the Indian accent sound badass, you know? Like, every other thing sounds badass, right? My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Was that even... What the fuck was that? Was that Russian? Was that Spanish? I can't do it. I can't do shit, right? I don't know. But it sounds cool, right? But I've yet to see... I need Pav to do a badass line and make it sound intimidating, and I want it to sound cold and hard, you know what I'm saying? I'm waiting for that, because I've yet to see someone pass off the Indian accent as anything other than comedy, right? Think about it. I mean, everyone who I've ever seen who has an Indian accent is usually like a comedy type of character. It's like a joke character, like you know, comic relief. So I really want to see someone say something in an Indian accent and make it sound cool and badass. So I'm waiting on that. Like, I would totally go to Jamil's kid's graduation. I would totally work at Mr. Aziz's pizza shop. You know what I'm saying? I would totally hang out with Dopinder. I would totally swing around the city with Pav. Like, once again, I don't give a fuck who you are, or where you're from, or what the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? All I care about is in there. Are you chill? Are you vibe? You pass the vibe check. That's it. I don't give a fuck, right? It's just that a majority of Indian people don't. They're kind of fucking weird and cringe, you know what I'm saying? Like, show Bob's in vegan. Really? Bro, how delusional are you? You think this white bitch is gonna fucking, like, really? She gets those comments every single day. You think you got a chance? Come on, dog. Bob's in vegan. At least spell it right. Thought you were smart. You know what I'm saying? It's not about race, you racist fuck. It's about not being vibe, not being chill. You know what I'm saying? Now, for example, what is the culture of Canada? I don't know. Because it's all being replaced by Indian culture, you know? And once again, I'm basically Indian, right? So I can, like, bear it. Because my mom kind of does half the shit too, right? Like, she watches Bollywood movies. She listens to Bollywood music. So, you know, like, so once again, I still hear it. She speaks in Urdu, like, you know, she knows Punjabi, right? So for me, it's okay. But, like, what about the white people? What the fuck are they going to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do they feel about this? I'm pretty sure not too good. Because once again, if there's one thing that white people can't stand, it's people displaying their culture. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure a lot of people, like, you know, white people like that shit. You know, like, oh my god, culture. Because once again, white people don't have no culture. You know what I'm saying? But, like, why couldn't we get, like, you know, the cool immigrants? You know, like, you know, once again, back, you know, in New York, we got the Italians, you know? So that was fucking cool. We got the mafia, you know? Cool shit, guys in suits, gelled hair, you know? And, like, we got the Sopranos and the Godfather. Come on, man, you know what I'm saying? Fucking sick. Nice immigrants, you know what I'm saying? And they actually, like, you know, the New York accent, it changed because of Italian people, you know what I'm saying? It's fucking cool, right? Hey, what you doing over there? Yeah, yo, whoa, you know? It's fucking cool. I love the New Yorker accent and just Italian shit in general. I mean, a second to that, pizza, lasagna, spaghetti. Are you fucking kidding me? One of the best cuisines in the world. Hands motherfucking down. All right? And pizza, like, it was revolutionized in New York when they started adding the greasy, sloppy slice. Oh, that's better than Neapolitan. Fight me. I worked at a Neapolitan restaurant once. I was fucking atrocious to, like, 5 cubes of cheese. The fuck? Put that shit on that. Put the fucking shredded cheese on the goddamn pizza, bitch. What's up with this? You know? Right? If you think about it, I mean, like, India doesn't really have, like, any cool crime organizations either, you know what I'm saying? Like, think about it, the Italians have the mafia, the Hispanics have the cartel, you know what I'm saying? Cool shit, right? The cartel have the drugs, but then you have Indian people who just are goddamn keyboard warriors who sit in a goddamn call center in Calcutta and scam fucking 80-year-olds for goddamn gift cards. That's not exactly cool. All I'm saying is if there was a mafia guy, a cartel guy, and an Indian scammer in a cell, the Indian scammer isn't coming out because you're just like a fucking, what the fuck are you? Really? Like, really? Come on. Scammers, like, I admire the hacking skill. Once again, I never said they weren't smart. I never said they weren't smart, bitch. I think they're one of the smartest people on the planet. I mean, you have to be to be making technological advancements you are at this pace. You know what I'm saying? I don't think India's far. I think India's technologically advanced. But the weird thing about India is it's the fifth richest country in the world, but it still looks shitty. Why is still shit on the fucking streets, man? Why is still garbage on the streets? Shouldn't you, like, figure this out? Like, it's weird, right? Like I said, if you want a cleaner, better India, come to Canada. It's better that way, you know what I'm saying? Once again, being, like, a tech savvy is cool and all, but using it to scam 80-year-olds, I mean, that's not exactly, like, you know, think about, like, the mafia had gang wars. Another thing about the mafia, if the Italian immigrants didn't come to America, we wouldn't have Godfather or Goodfellas or insert any other mafia movie. Basically, like, yeah, pretty much, right? So how cool is that? So they actually contributed to the culture, right? And they actually changed it for the better. Without the Italians coming here, we would not have that greasy New York slice, bitch. You see what I'm saying? It was a historic immigration and it actually worked out for everyone. And the Italians were actually cool. The Indians, I mean, like, they're not doing anything to the culture. They're just, once again, they're not adding anything to the culture. They're just overplacing it. That's a good way of saying it, right? Because there are cultures that are incompatible. I feel like the Italian culture and American culture blended perfectly. For the most part. I'm not saying they're exactly the same, but it worked out, didn't it? But honestly, let me tell you something. This is like an insider tip that no one's going to tell you. The reason why Indian people, they all, sometimes they feel like Scrooge-ish, like a little, is that a word? Scrooge-ish? Scrooge-ish? A little Scroogey. No, it's not a fucking word. But the reason why they feel a little timid adding more stuff is because, once again, insider tip, they feel like Indian people are very resourceful people. They make something out of nothing, right? And they really believe in preserving shit, you know? Like, you'll almost never see an Indian person donating shit at a thrift store. That's like a white person thing, right? So far, whenever I saw, like, anyone donating shit to a thrift store, it's always been a white person, right? Or, you know, a privileged person. But when people come from India, a less privileged place, right, to Canada, they hold on to that shit, right? They used to that. Once again, like, if I have to use two spoons of sugar or salt, I'll use one, or I'll just do something, you know? I'll roll up the toothpaste to a little bit just so I can get every last inch out. So I think that instinct carries on over here, where they feel the same way about your coffee. Why should I throw this full pot of coffee out? We just made it. We only put 2 cups of coffee. Why should I throw it out? Let's keep it on. That's when your coffee gets old and burned. So see, because of me, Once again, my mother essentially came from the same place. Once again, Pakistan and India isn't very different. You dumb cunt, stop fucking fighting about it, right? But me being the Swiss guy essentially, right? I'm on no side. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck, right? I can see that because once again, I'm Swiss, baby. You know, but I also have the insider information, right? This is some shit that newspapers won't tell you, right? Or articles won't tell you that, hey, people be frugal. Yeah, frugal, that's the word, frugal, yeah. Indian people be frugal because they're just resourceful, you know, like they think about, you know, like preserving stuff, right? And you know, using very little of it. That's good for them. Like it's like very MacGyver-ish, you know what I'm saying? Like just, you know, being resourceful, yeah, it's a good thing, but that's not really good when I want fucking napkins or, you know, you didn't put enough cream in my fucking coffee. You know what I'm saying? It's a problem. You know, or you don't put enough sauce. Why don't you put enough sauce? God damn it. Take that on the other side, Arabs. Oh my god, Arabs. They're so fucking good at putting sauce. Every time I went to an Arab guy, I'm like, oh, can I get some sauce? Oh yeah, here you go, buddy. Obviously, is every Arab going to be like that? No. But a lot of them do. A lot of them are. Majority of them are. Right? Whenever I have to ask an Indian person for more sauce, like, oh, I have to pay 75 cents. Why? Why the fuck? Why you like this, huh? Why are you the way that you are? Honestly, every time I try to do something fun or exciting, you make it not that way. I hate so much about the things you choose to be. You know what I'm saying? It's just stupid. Don't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? So like I was saying, yeah, they got the cool, New York, they got the cool Italian immigrants. And then down south, you got the Hispanic, the essays, you know what I'm saying? We're about the cartel, right? The fucking Salamanca twins, they know how to dress. Come on, man. Tacos, burritos, let's fucking go. Whereas if you want to eat Indian food, not saying Indian food isn't good, right? But it's probably going to bring the house down later. You know what I'm saying? You're probably going to need to change your toilet after eating Indian food. Kind of an exaggeration, but... And once again, like I said, there are smart-ass people in India. But then why aren't those smart-ass Indian people coming to Canada? See, the problem is they're not bringing, like, actual people you want. Like, docs and surgeons, right? They're not bringing those, like, actual highly qualified people. They're bringing random jobbers. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of an issue, because, like, what the fuck? It's in the name. They're jobbers, so they're finna take your jobs. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what's happening. Why is there, like, a 300-person line for a fucking McDonald's job? You know what I'm saying? And I don't even know, like, did Trudeau sell his soul to India that he has to bring people from India? Once again, it's not just an India thing. The first problem is there's too many people. The second is that they're from India, right? And I just told you many reasons why, you know, having Indian culture mixed with Canadian culture isn't the greatest fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? And why also certain aspects of Indian culture can be a little strange sometimes for us to understand. You know what I'm saying? But the same thing can be said for any culture. I mean, like, there are two types of Americans. Those who love culture because they have none, or those who say, hey, get the fuck out of my country. You know what I'm saying? Like a thing about, like, opposing cultures, right? Also, like, opposing values. Like, and that got me thinking, right? Like, because I mean, like, okay, I remember I saw a video, pretty graphic video a while ago. Someone sent me. It was an uncensored video of a guy getting bludgeoned to death in India, because you gotta realize a large majority of India is also Pakistan people. Muslim people, right? So you gotta realize, because Muslims, when they have Eid, they slaughter cows, right? What's the one thing you can't do in India? Slaughter cows. So yeah, I saw two Indian guys bludgeoning a Muslim Indian guy to death for trying to eat their god, basically. Right? And I'm like, that's what happens when they're two incompatible shit. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of why Pakistan was made in the first place, because the guy's like, yo, we can't chill, so I'm a dip, basically, right? That's basically why Pakistan was made in the first place. It's literally for that reason, right? So when I say Indian, I really mean Hindu Indian. I don't mean Muslim Indian, because they really have nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Because once again, like how I mentioned the hygiene problem, how Hindu people can't, like, shave or get rid of their hair. Muslim people don't have the issue. So once again, there's Indian Muslim and Indian Hindu. I'm talking about Indian Hindu people. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a guy who drink, like, the cow piss, and they're the one who, cows and stuff like that. You know, they're obsessed with cows and stuff like that, right? And another thing that you don't understand, once again, okay, I've been dunking on Indian people for a while now. Let me come to their defense, right? A big reason why a lot of these people are here is because they've actually been tricked, right? Because grass is always greener on the other side. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I can say this, like, personally, because back in Pakistan, and my, like, uncles and stuff, they think Canada is like heaven on earth. They would, like, give their arm and leg to come to Canada, right? And I'm like, bro, you don't know how it is over here. You don't want to come here. You know what I'm saying? But once again, it's like pros and cons everywhere, right? Like, once again, third world country, first world country, you know, obviously it's kind of pros and cons. You know what I'm saying? Not nowhere is perfect, right? Maybe some shit you can do it in Pakistan, you can't do in Canada. Like tax evasion, you can do that in Pakistan. You have to pay taxes in Pakistan. You know how many people pay taxes in Pakistan? Who? No one, right? And you shouldn't either, because the government's corrupt. Right, so it makes sense. So once again, from a guy who's been paying taxes his entire goddamn life, to no tax. That sounds pretty fucking good. You know what I'm saying? So once again, there's pros and cons everywhere. You can hire like private militias in like third world countries. Once again, you can always do like crazy fucking stuff like that. Everything's off the books and unofficial in third world countries. In first world countries, I have to be like more careful because like they actually give a shit for the most part, right? And it actually has consequences, right? I'm not saying there isn't corruption here in like America and Canada, because God knows there is, you know, but they're way more hush-hush about it. They're a lot more smarter about it. I don't know if that makes them better or worse. It makes them more like, you know, conniving and scheming. But, you know, I mean, it is what it is, you know. I remember I saw a couple of months ago, I saw a video of a ton of Uber drivers, Uber fucking delivery, DoorDash guys, right? There's guys waiting outside of McDonald's for like 3 hours and they couldn't get their things so they can go and give to the guys, right? And I remember like some guy interviewed them, hey, what are you guys doing here? And they said, oh, yeah, we're just waiting for our fucking food so we can go home, goddamn, I don't want to be here. And they literally just said, and I quote, we were better off in India. They literally said that, we were better off in India. Okay, Canada's a lie, we were better off in India. So once again, it's not just me. It's from other people as well saying Canada just fucking sucks, don't come here, right? The people who really wanted to come here, who would sell their mom to come here, they come here and even they regret it. Oh shit, I really shouldn't have fucking came here. What's the point, right? Canada's not even real. And it doesn't even have a culture, it's not real. Right, what's this food? Poutine? The fuck? Kill yourself. Also, we gotta realize is that there are recruiters in India who take advantage of people who want to get out of the country and then they send them there. That's how we get so many people. So they're also like scammers. Once again, India is kind of the scam central of the world. A lot of scammer shit happens over there, right? I mean, majority of scam, you think like, you know, like when it comes to hackers, you think like Russian hackers or some shit, right? But majority of them are Indian people, right? And once again, they're so good at it. I wish I could like go to them and like learn shit, like how to fucking hack people. That's super sick. Watchdogs in real life, you know what I'm saying? Once again, it's really not their fault. Number one, it's Trudeau's fault. Number two, any other external force, but these people who are here, the Indian people, it's not really their fault. It's not targeted towards them. You know what I'm saying? It's targeted as like a whole, right? And it's also a problem because when the immigrants come here, they shouldn't be taking Canadian citizen job. Those jobs are for Canadian citizens, right? Motherfuckers were born and raised here. Motherfuckers like me and motherfuckers like you. You know what I'm saying? It's a problem because they just came yesterday, right? But we've been paying tax like our entire goddamn motherfucking life. Like my mom came here 22 years ago. She's been paying tax ever since then. I'm paying tax now, right? And these motherfuckers who came yesterday take our jobs, like it's sus, right? And getting mad because of this isn't a bad thing. Once again, it depends on where you're directing your rage. Not at the immigrants, directed at the fucking government who are just like fucking retards at this point. I don't know what the hell they're doing. I don't know what the hell they're doing. Like if it's that easy to become the PM, then maybe I'll fucking run for office next. Because if they can bring absolute dipshits, fucking dumbasses in the office, right? Then I got a pretty good chance, right? See, because culture can be blinding at times. People get blinded by the culture. They don't see the flaws of their culture when they're in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Indian people used to like burn widows on the stake with their husbands. Like when Indian people die, they don't get graves. They burn them on a pyre, right? What used to happen before the British colonization was that they threw the widows in the fire while they're still alive. So they got burned alive with their husbands, right? Which is a fucking brutal way to die because that shit hurts a lot. I don't know. It probably does. You know, and I think they started to progress a little more and they said, okay, fuck burning you. You're just going to have to wear white your entire life. That's also one thing they did, right? You're not allowed to go any parties because they consider you a bad omen because your husband died. Like the woman's responsible for the husband's death. How fucking stupid is that, right? How fucking stupid is that? Oh, your husband died, so that means you must be a bad omen, right? Now, either burn to death or fucking live the rest of your life as a miserable shrew. You know, like, what the fuck? Like, it's weird, right? Like, that's why, right? But people see this, like, oh, it's a culture type thing, right? So that's when culture is, like, kind of fucked up, right? And I'll point this out in any culture, right? Like, okay, back when the Greeks had fucking prophecies from the fucking oracles. Oh, throw your baby off a cliff. Okay, sure, why not? Yeet, right? Like, that's kind of fucked up, too, if you think about it. Anything that goes against logic, right, and is rooted in culture, you should abandon that culture. See, me being a culture-less individual, not consigning to any culture, right, who's taking little bits from every other culture, right, I can understand that, because once again, I'm not blinded by it, because I'm like, on the outside, I'm an outlier, right, but people who are in that culture, who are born and raised in that culture, they can't see that. They're like, burn that bitch on the pyre, you know what I'm saying? They'll be all for it. They won't be able to see the error in their ways, because like, oh, this is how it is, this is our culture, you know what I'm saying? So it's good that I was born in a society that has no culture, right? Because Canada didn't have a culture. You kind of have to like figure out stuff from other places, right? That's the thing about multicultural places. When there's so many cultures, there is none. On a side note, once again, another insider tip, Indian spices are extremely pungent and they will stick to your clothes. I had to dry clean my jacket once because it got stuck in it. And once again, the smell isn't the greatest. On top of that, the stereotype of Indian people not really taking a shower, that's also kind of true. Because once again, I believe it's in their religion. Don't come at me with this. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, correct me. All right, respectfully or disrespectfully. I don't give a fuck. Right. That's why the guys wear is that a Hindu thing or a Sikh thing? Do Hindus? Oh, I don't fucking know. I don't know. Okay, but they have to tie their hair up in that turban is because they're not supposed to cut their hair, and of course that's not just their hair, but their hair all over the body. So you can imagine how that would how that turn out. Yeah, you smell like shit basically, right? So the idea of Indian people not wearing deodorant, that's kind of it's rooted in reality. You know what I'm saying, to some extent, right? Also they do everything with like cow shit and piss. You know what I'm saying? Like once again, that's also in their religion because they think their cow is like their holy god or something, right? Which is okay. I'm fine with that. Once again, you can believe in whatever you want to believe. I'm not shitting on that. But when you literally drink cow piss, that's kind of where I draw the line. You know what I'm saying? Like once again, if you're drinking that, good for you. I bet it tastes like apple juice, right? Or maybe it doesn't. Let me know. But you know, if that's kind of not hygienic, right? And on top of that, like the rivers in India where like you just dump. Just earlier today, I went on a hike, and I saw these guys, 3 individuals, Indian, right? They were dumping an urn or some ashes into the river. You know that's illegal, right? That's literally illegal in Canada. You're not allowed to pollute the waters. So why are you dumping your dad in the river? You know what I'm saying? Can't find somewhere else to do that? Because it's kind of... Because they have that river where they dump ashes in, but they also swim and drink that water. I'm sorry, that's just fucking disgusting. Like, religion or culture or whatever, that's great. Amazing, right? But that's pretty fucking disgusting. Like, I'm pretty sure I didn't even tell you, right? There have also been reports of Indian people shitting on beaches. That's also kind of fucking disgusting. That's kind of a no-brainer. Like, what are you, a dog? Why are you shitting in the middle of a fucking beach, right? And how are you wiping? You know what I'm saying? It's a problem, right? So, like, a lot of the criticism that comes from Indian people, it comes from a place of, kind of logic and fact. Because, once again, you believe in that, good for you, right? But I'm here to tell you, that's fucking disgusting. You know what I'm saying? Shitting on beaches and drinking cow piss is kind of fucked up. But once again, if you're into that, good for you, right? I'm not hitting on anyone. I'm just letting you know what they do, and then you can be the judge of that. You know what I'm saying? And once again, grandfather was Indian, and I think like when my mom told me about my family tree is that I was supposed to be like some sort of like royal guy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm probably like some prince or some shit. Hold up. So like apparently from my father's side, I'm supposed to be like some kind of royal guy because I believe during the Mughal times when the Mughal Empire was still ruling in India and it wasn't Hindu yet. It was still Muslim. There were like different, like obviously there's like the Mughal guy who was like the biggest, and then there were like smaller branches of royal people. And apparently I'm from one of those guys. They were called Rajput, right? And they're like the warrior class or whatever. So that's kind of cool. I like being warrior class. I'm kind of a warrior if you think about it. So I mean that's kind of cool, I guess, right? So yeah, I mean, so like once again, I'm not hating any people. I'm technically Indian if you think about it. Definitely from my father's side because he was also, his father was Indian, and so that'll make me Indian technically. So yeah, like the funny thing is, like from my mother's side, I go like her ancestry goes way back to Baghdad, and then from my father's side, his goes all the way back to India. You know, so basically, I'm kind of like a royal prince guy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But anyways, what am I talking about? It's problematic, and it's all because of mismanagement of resources and just a dumb fucking idiot in office right now. Like, think about it. Where are all the people gonna live? What are they gonna do? We have a housing crisis. And our GDP hasn't like grown. It's just fucking terrible. You know what I'm saying? It's absolutely disgusting. Right? And it's not helping that you're bringing more people, but they don't have any work, and it's hard to find a housing, and it's so fucking expensive. Like honestly, Canada is fucked. You don't understand? It's fucked. It's so bad, right? You don't want to be here. You know what I'm saying? Just go to America. Trust me, it's better, right? Honestly, I don't know how much better America is. America has issues too, but at least it's not like this. You know what I'm saying? And like it's a problem because once again, Canada never had a culture, right? But it's probably when it's just one culture. You know what I'm saying? And in 10 years, mark my motherfucking words. Mark my motherfucking words. In 10 years, it's going to be India 2.0. Because if you think about it, Canada is basically just a better, cleaner India. It really is. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no shit on the streets and, there's no trash everywhere like it is in India, right? I'm sure there are nice places in India too, but for the most part, what I've seen, it's just been so bad. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think I probably want to go to India. Like I know they show in like movies it's like a spiritual place. I'm sure it is, right? With like yogis and stuff. But like for me, I'll pass. Thanks. I don't want to go there. Like just the pollution and stuff. Fuck it. Whatever. I do like the vibes are gone. You know what I'm saying? No more vibe, no more. Because once again, too much of anything is bad. You want to have too many donuts? Guess what? Diabetes. You know what? Too much sex? Guess what? Chlamydia. You know what I'm saying? But so obviously, too too much of anything is a bad thing. It really is, right? And I don't know why. Like, I got nothing against immigrants. Without them, the country really been working because they're doing all the jobs. You know what I'm saying? So they're kind of just there making shit work, right? So without immigrants, there wouldn't be shit. You know what I'm saying? But could we get more variety? Probably. You know, like I'm not trying to be those woke people trying to say, "It can't get more representation in movies." No, this ain't a movie. This is fucking real life. You know, but it kind of matters because once again, if I wanted to go to India, which I don't want to, I would go to India. I didn't expect, like, Canada to turn to India, right? Once again, if you want, but honestly, like, once again, I'm saying Canada's like better India. Like, if you want to go to India, don't bother. Just come to Canada, you know, for a visit or so, because like, that's basically what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, there has to be a difference between a Tim Hortons in Brampton and a Tim Hortons in India. If you take a video of the interior of the inside of a Brampton Tim Hortons and the inside of a India Tim Hortons, it's literally going to be the exact same fucking thing, right? And I saw this video on 6buzz of all places where they had this altercation. People from a certain ethnic group had this altercation, right? And I'm like, we're in India now. Apparently we're in India. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know. Oh shit, I didn't know. Since when was teleportation invented? Because all of a sudden now I'm in India, bro. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, try to preserve the culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, once again, if we wanted to go to India, we would go to India. You know what I'm saying? But I can understand the allure. Because Canada is just a cleaner India. Basically, that's what it is. So, of course, they would want to come here. It's actually pretty ironic because the Brits colonized India, and now a colony of Britain is getting colonized by India. Is that kind of fucking ironic if you think about it, right? Or come up with something like that? Technically, if you think about it, right? Or you could also say that, I don't like using the term Red Indian, but that's what they used to be called back in the day. I usually go by like Native American, not because of no political correctness, because if you call them, the Red Indians, it doesn't make any sense. Because then you get confused with the actual Indians, the brown Indians, you know what I'm saying? So calling them Red Indians doesn't make any sense. But I get it because like, the skin's like a certain color, but like I don't call them. I call them like Indigenous or First Nations. No, what was it? First Nations, yeah, Indigenous First Nations. You know what I'm saying? So it's ironic because the people who came to this country, who colonized it, they got rid of the Indians, and now they're getting colonized by another type of Indian. Ain't that funny? Ain't that funny, bro? Life is a bitch, ain't it? Can't say they didn't have it coming. All love though, you know, all love. No hate coming from here. I'm just chilling, dog. You already know me. Cause kind of like how black people can say the N-word to each other. I can kind of say whatever I want to Indian people because once again, the blood's kind of still Indian if you think about it, right? Nationality different because Pakistani, Canadian, same fucking thing, right? India, Pakistan, same fucking thing, doesn't matter, right? Because once again, it's more like a nationality. Pakistan is, right? But like the genes and the DNA and everything else is kind of the fucking same, isn't it, right? Yeah, Indian people aren't like particularly good looking. Like I'd be surprised to see a good looking Indian person, you know what I'm saying? Whether that be a girl or a guy. The Bollywood actresses can fucking get it. The Bollywood actresses can get it, bro. Smash, smash, smash. 100%, yes sir, motherfucker, let's go, right? And while we're on the topic, and I'm pretty sure I saw the other guy, what was his name? Hrithik Roshan? That was his name? That guy was fucking good. That's a beautiful man, isn't he? Like, I know he has like an extra finger over here or something, from what I heard, but goddamn it, is that a beautiful man, right? And same thing with Shah Rukh Khan, he's huge. Salman Khan, all the Khans basically, right? So Bollywood, obviously, I'm not shaking on the fact that it's huge, right? It's great, right? Yeah, but the Bollywood actresses can get it 100%. Fucking hot. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying there can't be hot Indian people, but like majority of them don't be, which is kind of an issue. Like, you know, like where the baddies at? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? Like, you think I give a shit? Like, I am a man of substance, right? I don't give a fuck. Ass is ass to me, bro. You already know what it is. Like, I don't give a shit, bro. I don't give a fuck where you're from. If the ass is like, ugh, then raw dogging is gonna happen, dog. You know what the weird thing is? Like how I mentioned that like there aren't that many peng girls here, especially Indian girls. I don't know why. What the fuck's going on? Probably because most of them come from India, so they're not the most attractive looking people. I'm sorry to tell you, but it is. But the weird thing is the kids like me, essentially, like whose parents came here and they were born here, they look better somehow, some reason. Maybe because they uphold themselves better. Because we all know that Indians aren't really all that for hygiene and stuff, right? And like, you know, doing stuff, right? Like once again, they're good at everything else, but just not at that. You know? Like, once again, no one said he had to be perfect, and they aren't. No one is. You know what I'm saying? It's just that their limitation seems to be buying deodorant. But what am I going to do about that? You know what I'm saying? I can't do shit about that. But, like, you know, like, for example, me, I'll be technically half Indian. But then you can't say I'm 100% Indian because I have half Arab genes, and we all know Arab people have fucking good genes. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially Baghdad, Iraqi genes. So Sorry, no ways, right? So I mean, but yeah, I've seen. Weird thing is, no homo, but I've seen dudes who were born here and they kind of look better than the girls. I'm not even gonna lie to you, they kind of look better than the girls. The Indian dudes here who were born and raised here, they kind of look better. I don't know what it is. In my life, and personally, I haven't seen any like really hot Indian girls who were born here, right? Because majority of the ones who come, immigrants, they aren't hot. Right? They're just like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? But the girls who are born here and raised here with the culture, they're usually hotter, right? But not I don't know. I haven't seen a single hot Indian girl in a while. When was the last time I saw her? I don't think I ever did. But like hot Indian dudes, like, I mean, like hot as in like attractive, you know? Like, yeah, I've seen him a little bit, yeah. And he asks where the hoes are at, and then he opens his fucking calculator. Yeah. You should be asking for hoes, buddy. I mean, you're not gonna do shit with it anyways. But anyways, it's like not good for the vibe, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just ain't vibe no more, you know what I'm saying? And while we're on the subject, can we talk about how, like, the Indian accent is probably, like, the least best accent in the entire world? But think about it. There's nothing you can say in the Indian accent that I don't know, it just sounds fucked. You know what I'm saying? Like, Hispanic accent, sexy. Italian accent, hey, mamma mia, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? Hey, what was it? Hey, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? It sounds cool, sounds suave. Like, literally any other accent can be passed as fucking cool, right? Or some shit like that. But Indian accent is just like the one thing that's like, you know, it's just so fucked. Like, you know, okay, yeah, a good example. I was watching the Oscars. I don't know, it was Oscars or something else. But there was this Bollywood actress. I know her. I don't know her name, but I've seen her in movies. Fuck, I forgot her name. It wasn't Aishwarya Rai. It was Deepika Padukone. Deepika Padukone? Is that her name? I think so. But it was in the Oscars, and she was talking about RRR. And I swear to God, she said, ah. She said, ah. And that was such a huge turn off for me. Because she's hot, right? I'd hit 100%. But the second she opened her mouth, I'm like, wow. Such a big turn off, right? Indian people with heavy Indian accents, it's such a fucking turn off, 100%. I'm going to say that now. It's just, I just find it not so good, right? It just hurts the ears. You know? Like, when I call tech support and I say, hey, yeah, my phone bill, I paid for it, but where the fuck are my minutes? Right? And they say, and they can barely fucking speak English. I'm like, goddamn. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of really hard to understand. I've heard people once again in my sister's class where they had an Indian professor, and the concept, the subject they were like learning was already hard enough. But what was really hard was understanding the guy, because his accent was just so fucking heavy. Once again, genius guy, smart ass people. But goddamn it, work on that accent. And once again, it's like unfair for me to say that because once again, accents, they come and they go, and like, it depends on the person, right? But once again, I was born here. I don't have an accent, you know what I'm saying? But like, if you come from India, sometimes if India, Pakistan, wherever, you come here, the accent stays with you forever. You know what I'm saying? For the most part. Once again, it depends who you are, right? Yeah, but goddamn, I really can't stand the Indian accent. The second she opened her mouth and said, I fucking lost them. Goddamn. Bro, like, you are rich, you are a famous girl, you know? You can fucking work on that, you know what I'm saying? But you know, if she's secure in the way she sounds, I'm all for it. All love, baby. You know what I'm saying? I don't care, right? But I'm just saying that, you know, for me personally, and I don't know if you agree with it, but yeah, the Indian accent is kind of shit. It kind of does suck. And the reason why, like, the accent thing, the reason why it sounds so weird is because Hindi is very different than English, whereas Italian, Spanish, French, they're very like similar to English. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're Latin. They got Latin roots, you know what I'm saying? So that's why it sounds better. Like, that might be another good example why Indian accent doesn't sound too good, is because of the letters. They're probably not the same or some shit. You know, one guy told me that if you replace every T with a D, you sound like an Indian accent. Okay. Don't tell me what to do. Yeah. Don't tell me what to do. Yeah, okay, that sounds about right. Even I can't do an Indian accent. Like, I can't do accents for shit. Ask me to do an accent. Aussie accent? G'day, mate. I can't do shit, right? It's not good. Italian accent, hey, what you do? Hey, why you busting my balls? Hey, get out of here. Hey, Johnny, get the fuck over here. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like, I cook the pizza, you serve the rapinci. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why. It just sounds cool. You gotta admit, Italian accent sounds cool. Hey, I'm fucking walking here. Stop busting my balls. You know what I'm saying? But I can't do accents for shit. That's for sure. I can't do shit. I can't do shit when it comes to Ebonics. Hey, what's up, man? Hey, yo, it's Dr. Dre. Nah, I can't do shit. I can't do shit. Nah, I can't do Ebonics. I'm not good at accents. Schwarzenegger, get to the job. Yeah, I can't do accents for shit. No.
You know, Japan's got the Yakuza. The Chinese have got the triads, you know? And then we got the Russian mob. You know, forget about it. Any place that is any place needs to have a cool criminal organization. If you don't have a cool criminal organization, what are you even doing? You know what I'm saying? Because we know wherever you go, there will be crime. There must be crime. So what's up with that? You know, we got the And then London got the Peaky fucking blinders, you know what I'm saying?
Right, so a lot of things about India kind of sucks, and Indian people too, right? But like I know a lot of good Indian people who are like my friends, and like I don't have a lot of friends, right? And who are just chill and vibe, you know? But like, you know, for the most part, a lot of them be like, oh, and there's just too many of them, you know what I'm saying? Once again, too many of one thing is bad, right? Like I don't know why they just can't go like somewhere else, you know? Like why have to be specifically in Canada? Once again, not their fault, because once again, they saw an opportunity, like, hey, we can get out of this place, you know? This place doesn't look too good, let's get the fuck out of here. I do the same thing, you know? But it's all fucking motherfucker Trudeau's fault. Fuck that guy, right? I'm gonna go meet that guy at the side of the street with the flag that says, and I'm like, yeah, I'm telling with him, fuck Trudeau, yeah, because that guy really fucked everything up. Goddamn it, he like, hey, Trudeau, can you stop fucking sending hundreds of millions of dollars to Ukraine and stop bringing in a million people every fucking year, right? Can you focus on the shit in Canada right now? You fucking Samaritan, be a Samaritan later. You gotta make sure your shit is proper first before you help other people. That makes sense, right? It wouldn't make sense. Hey, I got nothing to eat. Let me go give everything I have. That wouldn't make sense because now I'm fucking broke. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Fuck. I don't know what to say about Trudeau. Fuck that guy. Yeah, but it's pretty fucked in Canada. Me personally, I've been living here 22 years. I would not recommend this place to anyone, especially not now, not ever, right? Because once again, it's only gonna get worse from here. What sliver of culture Canada had is slowly being fizzled out because it's being overtaken by Indian culture. And one thing I will say about Indian people, they are extremely united, right? And I respect them for that because when you see one Indian person at an establishment, a week later, every employee in there's going to be Indian because once again, they got each other's back. And I respect them for that. But that's a good thing to do, right? You should help your own people. You know what I'm saying? And for the most part, I probably dislike Pakistan more than I dislike India. Because at least India, say what you want about them, their culture's weird and stuff, but at least they own that shit. At least they're like, you already know what it is, bro. We finna adopt this shit. We don't give a fuck where the hell we are. Right? And they're the fifth, what's it? Richest country in the world right now. That obviously doesn't come without, like, you know, they obviously did something to get to that point, right? And that's because they're united. They have unity. Whereas Pakistan, I don't know if you've been like following Pakistan news, and if you haven't, I don't blame you. Who the fuck should? But it's just a fucking circus. It's bullshit. I don't even know, man. Like, I don't even know why the fuck anyone even bothers with that country. You know what I'm saying? Canada is so absolutely fucked. It's like Gotham, but like not with the cool vibe. You know what I'm saying? Not with the cool 80s New York vibe, basically, right? That's basically what it is, right? So I mean, I probably like dislike Pakistan more than I dislike India because I'm like, like, at least you know, India's going somewhere. At least they're doing something. You know, at least their country's actually evolving. Whereas Pakistan's still the same place it was 70 years ago. Who gives a fuck about Pakistan? I don't give a shit about it. Fuck it. But it's also kind of a problem because like now, how are the citizens, people who live here, how are they gonna get work? Now, I've heard stories of people legit waiting years for work, and I'm one of the people. I've been unemployed for like a good year and a half now, right? Of course, I wasn't actually unemployed. I was making moves on the side, buddy. Making moves, you know, money moves. Made your whole year in a week, bitch. But you know, yeah, but for normal ass people, like it must be fucking terrifying that you can't get an entry level job, because they're taking it all, and that's not even racism. I'm not even being none of that. It's just a fact. All the immigrants are taking all the fucking jobs, and it's true. Once again, they got a spot covered the second they come in the country. You know what I'm saying? They got everything's covered for them. You know what I'm saying? They work more hours, they do more jobs, and once again, it's kind of hard, right? And it's all fucking Trudeau's fault. If you have to take one takeaway from this entire video, it's that Trudeau's fucked. Trudeau's fucked in the head, and honestly, there should be like some evaluation. I don't know what crackhead, what they're on when they pick these world leaders, because goddamn it, they just fucking suck. You know what I'm saying? Another good reason why this country's fucked is because the law is just a joke. It's basically non-existent. It doesn't exist, right? Like literally, you have no idea. Like, search it up. Search it up, bro. How many times people? I'm not even making this up, right? There's this guy who broke into this guy's house, a robber, right? A burglar. He broke into this guy's house, and the owner of the house, he hit him out of self-defense because he's trying to defend his house. You know what I'm saying? Guess who got fined? Guess who got sued? The homeowner got sued by the burglar, by the robber, because he hit him. Can you believe it? Can you motherfucking believe it? Another thing I heard is that if someone's shoplifting, like in broad daylight, the security guards, the workers, no one's allowed to say anything, right? And I'm pretty sure they say you're not allowed to film them without their consent. What the fuck is going on in this country? What is this place? What the fuck is this place, dude? What is going on? Like, why are these criminals getting so many fucking rights? And then actual citizens, tax-paying citizens, law-abiding citizens get swept under the rug. What the fuck is going on in this country, right? That's a really good reason not to come here, right? If you're a criminal and an immigrant, this place is great for you. Heck, why not both? You could be a criminal and an immigrant, because a lot of them are. Okay? And cops are absolutely fucking useless. Absolutely fucking useless. Twice in my life, my personal belongings have been taken away, or they have been damaged. Most recently, this is also another thing, that the crime rate for car thefts have actually skyrocketed for some fucking reason, especially in the GTA, in like Ontario and Brampton. Ontario and Brampton. I wonder what huge demographic of people live over there. I don't know. I'm not saying anything. It could be anyone. All I'm saying is, it could also be them. You know what I'm saying? I don't. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Because it wasn't this bad before. You're bringing in so many people, right? There aren't fucking jobs for people to work, right? Despite what Trudeau says that we have a job shortage, that fuck, right? He obviously doesn't know what the fuck is. His head's up his ass, or up Zelensky's ass, or whoever's ass he has to lick next. You know what I'm saying? The fuck? Fuck Trudeau. Fuck that guy. That guy he's barely a guy. I don't know what the fuck he is. He's like a robot or some shit. Like some autonomous machine who's doing what someone's telling him to do. The dumb shit. Has no fucking agency over himself. He's fucking in the country, he has no idea. But yeah, car thefts have gone up for some reason a lot. Like a lot of cars have been stolen. And once they're gone, there's not much you can do about it. I mean, these guys got a system, you know what I'm saying? And obviously, is anything going down? Is anything happening to get the cars back? No. I mean, in this country, if something happens for whatever fucking reason, this, once again, a personal thing. My mother, her account at CIBC got hacked, right? And what they did, CIBC, they froze her accounts. And they say, you can't access this no more because there's been suspicious activity. Yeah, these suspicious activities on my account got fucking hacked. Some guy tried to rob me. Are you guys gonna do anything about that? No, we're not. We're just gonna freeze our accounts. Deal with it. All your money, fuck you. You don't get that. Canada, right? Love being Canadian, right? And once again, she's not the only one. There's countless people who actually have been through this shit. Fucking hell. Fuck this place, bro. Fuck it. Now, of course, the guy who took the money, obviously, he's long gone. Once again, it's okay to be a criminal in Canada because you'll get away with it, right? Even if you get caught, you'll get off because that's what the system is. It's total bullshit, right? The cops are fucking useless. They're absolutely fucking useless, right? A long time ago, someone who was related to me was living in our house. He up and left and he took some stuff, right? Okay, I'm just be real with you. He was my fucking stepdad, my piece of shit fucking stepdad, right? That was like 10 years ago. I was a kid. I didn't know any better, right? But that fucker stole my laptop. Right? Can you believe it? Can you believe being a full-grown man and stealing a child's laptop, right? I was a child. I was like 10 or 11 or something like that. The fucking... I'm not getting the detail, all right? But that piece of shit, that rat bastard, took it and he left. The second we came home, we realized, oh my god, our shit's gone, right? What did I do? I called the cops. Naive me, I call the cops. Oh, they'll help me. Surely the cops will help me, right? So I ring them up. I'm like, oh, these guys, the boys in blue will definitely help us out, right? Does that make sense? They wear blue. That's like a New York thing. I don't know, I just wanted to say. But anyways, I'm like, these guys will definitely help us out. They came, they took all the fucking thing, information, this and that. Oh, thank you for calling us. You're so brave. Fuck you. Right? What happened? Take a guess. What do you think happened? They called back saying, oh, I'm sorry. We don't have enough evidence. So we're just going to drop the case. So, little boy whose laptop got stolen, right? By a guy whose identification we know. We know his license plate. We know where he works, right? We know his name, right? We know all the fuck. It's not like it's some kind of wraith who came into the house in the dead of the night and took our shit. No, we know this motherfucker, right? But no, not enough evidence. Yeah, no shit, you dumb fuck. You're supposed to go and find the evidence. He's a suspect. Go question him. Where the fuck is my stolen shit? Right? No. Because that would require them to put down their donuts for 1 second. And obviously, we all know cops, they fucking love their donuts. Heck, Krispy Kreme runs because of cops. I bet if all cops decided that, hey, we're not going to eat donuts no more. Nope, none of that. Then literally, the prices will go down for Krispy Kreme. They're gonna experience a huge cut. Right? Because, oh my God, our biggest clientele, our biggest consumers have just left, right? In order for them to do anything useful, they would actually have to put their donuts down for once, right? The dozen pack of Krispy Kreme down for fucking once and actually do something. But did they? No, they fucking did not. Okay? And that fucker still got away with it. That fucker still at large. Doing the same shit to God knows who else, right? Justice. It's a fucking illusion and it's a fucking joke in this country, right? Recently, this car right here, got broken into. It was in the basement of my fucking house. I'm like, how the hell could that happen? right? Call the cops. I'm like, oh, let's give it a shot. Why not? What the fuck not? What do you think happened? Not enough evidence. Not enough motherfucking evidence. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought these cameras we had was for something. Or is it just a deterrent? We better not do shit over here, bro. There's cameras over there. Cameras don't mean shit. Cameras do not mean shit. If the person isn't willing to look at the feed, it's pointless. Then, right? Then it's just a deterrent. Nothing. Luckily, I didn't have anything valuable in here. The fucker broke my clock. So, I mean, I'll have to fix that. But other than that, I mean, I guess I'm blessed. I didn't, but it goes to show you, once again, I give you multiple examples, why the cops here are absolutely motherfucking useless, right? And they're probably better off, like, you know, just guzzling down a dozen pack of donuts, because that's literally all they're good for. They're literally all they're fucking good for. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn. Fuck this place. Another thing you gotta realize, like I mentioned that, you know, you should bring in doctors and surgeons, actual smart Indians that we need. Not instead of these fucking jobbers that we don't need, quite frankly, right? There's another thing. They're called international students. I did this because they're not actually studying here, are they? Sure they are. Technically, on paper. You know what I'm saying? But they're also taking up housing and all the fucking jobs too, right? Did you see this recent video? I don't know how recent this is, but I saw it on the internet. At a job opening at LC, this is not the only place, LCBO, right? I told you about McDonald's earlier. LCBO. And look how they're just piling up on each other. Because obviously, I've been to Pakistan, and there aren't lines there. And of course, India isn't any different. I mean, the place is fucking hectic. So obviously, they don't know the concept of lines, which is why they gotta pile up on top of each other. Like, where the fuck is... What's going on here? What? That's the thing, right? You import people from third world countries, and you fill so much of the country's population with that. Guess what's going to happen to the country? What was once a first world country will now be a third world country. You import third world, you'll get third world, right? Exactly. But this is so simple, a fucking chimp couldn't understand this. But I don't know why our brain dead fucking politicians. I don't know who the fuck. This is why democracy sucks. This is why democracy doesn't fucking work. God, am I saying, oh, let's do communism? No, I never fucking said that. Dictatorship? No. There's gotta be something, you know, like in the middle, like a hybrid or some shit. Fuck. Because then we get incompetent douchebags like this who don't know what the fuck they're doing. And honestly, you gotta realize that Canada is the second largest country in the world, land mass wise. You know what I'm saying? So why is this an issue then? Because they're all coming in fucking Ontario. It's either Ontario or British Columbia. There's a lot of them in Vancouver too. But once again, who the fuck is telling them to just stay in Ontario? Spread out, go to Saskatchewan, Alberta, fucking territories, none of it. Yukon, what the fuck? Why not? Go to the Maritimes, like go to Nova Scotia, fucking PEI. What the hell? Why are they all here? Why is it all in Ontario? Is this the hype? It's because of fucking Drake? What is it? What? Like, fuck off somewhere else. Like, all I know is that if I want to get a good cup of coffee, I'll go to Nunavut and I'll find it. So ideally, if you want to get the best coffee, go anywhere but Ontario. Go the furthest away from Mississauga, from Toronto you can, then maybe you'll find it. Like there's so much fun. I'm pretty sure we're the most taxed country in the entire fucking world at this point. You know what I'm saying? The taxes are egregious. And to know, cherry on top, to know the taxes you're paying for is going to fucking Ukraine or some other goddamn place or Israel or some shit, right? So it's not benefiting you. And you know what I told you about how, like, when the Italians came to America, like, they, you know, adapted with the culture and they changed it, and they changed it for the better, right? Once again, we got Godfather, Goodfellas, we got the amazing fucking pizza, New York slice, sloppy, greasy shit, you know what I'm saying? That shit worked out. That was an amazing immigration. But what this is, because you know what? Because they were compatible, right? Not only is the language compatible because they're both like Latin languages, Italian and English, right? They're both Latin letters, so it works well, right? Like capiche is that you can use it in English and it sounds totally fine, right? In Indian culture is not one of those cultures that fits well with Canadian culture. Because when they come here, they don't adopt the culture. They kind of do their own shit. And they kind of pretend like this is still fucking India. Which it's not. Right? And then you get situations like the lineup. And then you get situations like when people did, what was that? Holi or Diwali? I don't remember what the fuck it was. But they left a giant ass mess everywhere. So much so that they actually had to ban, I think, like fireworks in Brampton or some shit. Because they made such a big fucking mess. Like, what the fuck is this? Right? This shitting on the beach, I heard that was a thing too. I don't know if that's real or not. I hope it's not real. Because if it is real, then god damn. Once again, they don't come here and adopt the culture. Say, okay, these are the values, these are the norms, let's do that. No, they come here and just do the regular shit. As if they're still in fucking India. Buddy, no, you're not. Understand that. Once again, if they came here and just adopted the culture, right? And didn't force their shit, didn't force everyone else to see their shit, right? Like, then it would have been fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, I went to a Popeyes once, and they were blaring Indian music. And I'm like, okay, that's cool, fine, whatever, right? But imagine how fucked it's gonna be if, like, you open the radio and all you hear is Indian music. What if I want to listen to rock and roll? What if I want to listen to The Weeknd? What the fuck? What? You know? Like, where's the culture now? Like, once again, if I wanted to go to India, I would go to fucking India. But when I'm in Canada, I expected there to be at least some sort of Canadian culture. And I mean, like, I'm not exactly saying, like, I'm Canadian, like, culture-wise. Like, I don't even know what the fuck Canadian culture is. I mean, like, maple syrup, hockey, moose, plaid, lumberjacks. Is that it? I mean, I like maple syrup on my pancakes, I guess. I don't really play hockey or any sport. The most sport I play is probably, like, mixed martial arts. That's not really a sport, is it? I don't know. Nothing with balls. I mean, MMA does have balls. They have 4 balls. Unless you were doing one guy versus one girl. Then it's just 2 balls. But anyways, lumberjack plaid. I mean, I used to wear plaid back a while back, but I kind of stopped doing it. I guess that was me reverting to Canadian shit, to wearing plaid, you know? Moose. I would like to have a moose, actually, as a pet, or just look at a moose. I'll probably not the best idea to go to a moose, because the motherfuckers are kind of crazy. They will rock your shit up, right? So you probably best keeping your distance. Lumberjack. I'm not a lumberjack exactly. I never tried being a lumberjack. I mean, I bet it's cool though. Those guys are burly and they're fucking jacked. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that'd be cool. Poutine's fine too, I guess. I mean, it's not like it's innovation or anything. I mean, I'm pretty sure that was like, you know, like poutine's fine. It's not like I hate it or anything. I mean, I'll eat it. Yeah, it's fucking good. You know, but that's pretty much only Canada's got going for it. Poutine, pretty much, right? So yeah, I wouldn't even consider myself like a part of the Canadian culture, because I don't know what the fuck that is, right? I kind of just be doing my own shit. I'm like a hybrid culture type of guy. And culture in general, I kind of fucking hate, because I feel like it divides people, right? And just because like it's part of someone's culture doesn't mean it's like a good thing, right? Like, you know, like you can respect people's cultures and you know, that's fine, but like it doesn't mean I have to fucking do it or anything. I mean, like, I don't know, like it's just how it is. It makes me feel uncomfortable, all right? Like, what the fuck? Like, why they protesting about, like, Khalistan and stuff like that? Like, isn't that, like, a fucking issue you should resolve in India? Why the fuck you leave, then? Like, if you care about that place so much, why'd you fuck you leave? You know what I'm saying? Another good reason not to be in fucking Canada is the healthcare. Now, a lot of people, they see free healthcare, they're like, oh my god, free healthcare, especially Americans, right? Because you have to give your arm, your leg, and your soul to fix a paper cut in America. You know what I'm saying? So when they say free healthcare, I'm like, oh my god, free fucking healthcare. Yeah! Buddy, grass is greener. Let me break it down for you. Once again, another personal thing here. All right, my sister cut her foot pretty badly, so badly that I think one of her tendons or nerves or what the fuck it is, they got cut. So she lost feeling in her upper toe. She couldn't wiggle it or some shit. Like in Kill Bill, when she like wiggle her bigger toe, she couldn't do that shit. Right? It was bad. Right? What happened is while she was getting stitched up, the dumb fucking nurse was talking on her phone while doing the surgery. Right? She was talking on the phone while doing the surgery. And many times you just like leave it open. It's like, and go like talk like this, like that. Do I have to say anything else? A person performing surgery on a child who's bleeding out and who's on anesthesia right now, right? Whose foot is fucking wide open right now, right? And you're talking on the phone. Like I said, like, need I say any more? Do I need to say anything else about this fucking country and the way it runs? These are your healthcare professionals, by the way, right? And once again, I'm sure that not everyone's like this, but that's a good fucking example of what the worst is, right? Talk about fucking unprofessional, right? Of course, my mom got really, really mad and started fucking yelling her out. But thank God I wasn't there, right? And then it's not over. It's not over. After she's done stitching, it's done, right? Turns out that dumb bitch didn't do it properly, right? Because we found out later that the nerve that was cut, or the tendon, I don't know what the fuck it's called. I'm not a goddamn major in fucking anatomy or some shit. I don't know. I'm not a fucking doctor. But that dumb shit forgot to connect it. So now, my sister still can't feel her upper big toe. She still can't wiggle because once again, it's not connected. And I think like they said it went like all the way up to her leg now. Upper thigh. Right? So now they're going to have to operate and bring it all the way down. So isn't that nice? Right? She's doing better now, but anyway, that's a good idea. That's a good example of what the fuck this place can be like, right? Just because you heard free healthcare doesn't mean it's good. On top of that, right, if you want to do like an actual medical procedure, guess how long the wait time is? Ooh, didn't think about the wait time, did you? Yeah, that's right. All these people coming in, they gotta do the shit too. You're not the only one living here, remember, right? 6 months. My mother had to wait for 6 fucking months to do this shit. To go. So first was the emergency, right? We got stitched up. Then after 6 months, or a year or so, I don't know how the fuck long it was, right? Then we went then. And then we went there, and then they told us that the dumbass who fucking stitched it did it wrong, right? So it took them 6 months to tell us something that they could have just told us right there, right then. So want to come to Canada? Do you still want to come to Canada? I'm asking you genuinely. Do you want to come to Canada? Education shit. I guess it always was. It's not really a surprise or anything. It always was shit. That's not like new or anything. I mean, but nowadays it's just like why the fuck does my sister's friends have like fucking phones, like iPhone 12s and TikTok accounts? What the shit is going on? And obviously the teacher's useless as usual. Useless as usual, right? Kid gets bullied, who gives a fuck, right? Half the time they're on their phone anyways. I have nothing to say about the education part. We already know it's shit. And that makes sense because America and Canada, I'm gonna bundle them together, the West essentially, they are among the dumbest motherfuckers I've ever met, alright? They're the dumbest people in the entire fucking planet, right? Like I said, Indian people and Asian people in general are like smarter. It makes sense because they beat your ass in India, right? Sure they do that. They do beat your ass, right? I got my ass beat a couple times when I went to Pakistan, right? But it works, doesn't it? It's kind of funny how domestic violence is kind of needed sometimes to think about it. I mean, that fucking kid won't understand, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna remember now, you know what I'm saying? It works. I don't know why, but it works. Like, I used to know, when I was a kid, I came back from Pakistan, I used to know 12, up to, I used to know every single multiplication chart up to 12 by heart. Like, I could do it right there, right then. I was a fucking machine. I was a calculator, goddammit. Now, I don't know what 7 times 5 is. 35? Wait, 30? Okay, yeah, that was like, okay, 9 times 5 was that. I don't know, was it like 40? I actually don't know. Right? But yeah, it makes sense that America and Canada are some of the dumbest fucking people ever because this is the education system. Once again, it hasn't changed in the last 100 fucking years, so why the fuck would they get any smarter? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make any fucking sense, right? And now it all adds up because the teachers are shit, principal ain't shit, everything is just motherfucking shit. It's just stupid. Fucking bullshit. Yeah, that's why, personally, me and my family were thinking about leaving permanently from Canada. Once again, there's no nostalgia attached to, oh, I was born in the street. Oh, I was raised in the street. I don't give a fuck about the streets. Just like everyone else, just like every other Canadian person who turned big, Justin Bieber, Drake, The Weeknd, Shawn Mendes, anyone who got turned big, they don't stay in Canada. They go to LA. They go to America because that's a better place. You know what I'm saying? It was more happening. It's more chill. On that note, Canada is the best place for those who want to stay depressed and miserable for the rest of their life. Because there is nothing happening in Canada. There is a strip club that opened near there. And it's changed management like 5 times already. Because ain't nobody throwing 30 bands in the club. Ain't nobody fucking doing that, man. Right? You're too busy saving up for your mortgage. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean, nothing happens in Canada. Nothing fucking happens. What are you gonna do? Oh, hey, honey, where do you want to go for vacation? Oh, let's go to Canada. Where are you gonna go? Niagara Falls for the 5 billionth time. That's all you got. Look out some fucking water. Maybe do some gambling. Discount dollar store fucking Vegas. Right? Lose all your money. Still lose all your money. Right? What's so fun about Niagara Falls? I've been there a million times. I don't give a fuck no more. You know what I'm saying? So Canada really has got nothing going for it. You know, the price, the culture, right? The attractions, the mood, the vibe. So for me personally, I like it. I like the vibe in Canada because it's so dark and desolate, and I kind of like that. I kind of like how decrepit it is. How little people, despite having so many people in it, how empty and shallow it feels. The streets feel empty and soulless. You know what I'm saying? Nothing's happening in Canada ever, right? If you think about it. And I don't live in a ghost town. I live in Mississauga. I live very close to Square One and Celebration Square. That's where shit's supposed to happen. But nothing ever fucking happens. You know, it's pretty pathetic. So once again, if you want to live like low key, down low, and not have any friends, and just like, I don't know my neighbor's name, all right? You can live in Canada. The Canada's for you. And better place in Canada, go to none of it. Go to the territories because there's even less people there. It's amazing, right? So once again, if you're into that, but then again, if you're in the territories, why not just go to Alaska? Like Jesse Pinkman. You know what I'm saying? Just go to Alaska. Why the fuck would you stay? So once again, there's no reason for you to actually be in Canada. Canada's just like a discount America. And it sucks at doing even that. It just fucking sucks. You just go to America instead. If you really want to be in the Western world, go to America. Right? Shit happens there. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is, ain't nobody throwing 30 bands in the club. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna happen. Canada's a place for the hustlers. It really is. It's for the strugglers. It's for the people just doing the jobs. You know what I'm saying? Nothing happens in fucking Canada. You know what I'm saying? And nothing happens in Canada. And I just want to leave this place, to be honest. I got no sentiment attached to it. Yeah, it was all fun and games, fun. But at this point, I'm like, fuck it. I want a better life for myself. You know what I'm saying? I just want to leave. You know? Because this ain't worth it. I'm going to leave before it turns worse, before this place becomes literally unrecognizable, right? I don't want to be there when this shit changes. It goes so south. You know, I don't want that. I don't want to be there to witness that. Once again, everything that I loved as a kid is all gone, right? Disney Store and fucking Square One is gone. It's Chick-fil-A now, you know what I'm saying? Where's Build-A-Bear Workshop? I don't fucking know, right? The magic's gone. The vibe's gone. Canada is basically done. It's a fucking dead country. I don't know. Just by having so many people in it, it's a dead country. It doesn't feel right. You know, it just feels fucked. It's fucked. That's all I can say, really. So pretty much that's the gist of it. I've been ranting on for a while, right? Feel like I should leave now, right? But once again, disclaimer. I mean, not disclaimer, but like, you know, it's coming from a place of love, all right? Can't you tell how much love I have within me right now, right? I have so much fucking love right now. But yeah, I mean, the funny thing is, my favorite Indian people are the ones who are the least Indian. So the ones who come here are like whitewashed. Those are my favorite Indians, right? Essentially, for the most part, right? Be sure to hate on me because I called for it. And no matter what I say, y'all are going to get mad. But I don't give a fuck because somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to say it. And that somebody's me. I'll take the blame. Oh, I'm not scared of the fall, you know? I'll take it. Buddy, I'll take it. Yes, sir, I'm not afraid to take the blame, everybody. I actually don't like that song. Not Afraid from Eminem. I don't know. I just don't like the inspirational stuff. I like the, you know, I'm gonna fucking murder you shit. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. That was it. That was the rant. Go back to your meaningless lives, you pathetic wretch.